Hey my licious, I'm Campalicious, but y'all can call me Campy. Today I'm doing that cute little Pinterest OC design art challenge I've been seeing on YouTube. I watched Emma Artley do hers and was like, yeah, I gotta put my kinky boots on and get to work. Then I watched a few more and now I'm obsessed. Honestly, I need more of the YouTube art community to get in on this action. I want Owaneko, aka 90, to try this challenge because I feel like that would be a good ass video, and I would love to see Drawn with Waffles try it out also, but she been MIA for a minute now. Honestly, I hope she's okay. I've been a fan of hers for forever. Anyway, basically, this challenge is for the OC girlies, the character design girls, if you will. With this challenge, you're going to use Pinterest as a reference bank to build a character from scratch. Because Emma did 3, I'm going to do 3. And with the characters you create and with the characteristics you get, you're going to create a story or give them lore, which sounds magical and fun and fantastical, which I love. I feel like it's better when you can somehow fit them into like a world of your own that already has some of your OCs in it. But you could also create something brand new, a whole new world. Anyhow, now that I'm done with that, let's just get into the video, my delicious darlings. Ew, that kind of sounded very Hansel and Gretel, Candy Witch. I think I'm gonna keep doing it though. Y'all like that? Let me know if y'all like that, my delicious darlings. Now, let's talk about assembling the characters, shall we? Before you go to Pinterest and start building the characters, you have to generate a setting. For the setting, I got a historic theater during a full moon. And for the season, I got fall, which gave me ookie spooky vibes. Ooh. Then I got 2007 for the year, which at first pissed me off just a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. But then I was like, wait a minute. The girlies used to dress down in 2007. I mean, Rihanna was running shit in 2007. I mean, 2007 just seems so glittery and magical and fantastical and musical. I ain't mad at it. I am not mad at it at all. So, when you get to Pinterest, you type in the prompts to obtain the characteristics to build the character. Like album for the gender and female face for skin tone and complexion. Those are all the same thing, but you know what I'm trying to say. For my first character, I was obsessed with the traits I was getting. I mean, Rihanna for the hair and the body. His T, believe it or not. The more I collected the character traits, like Infinity Stones, the more the characters come to life. Then you do the same process 2 more times for the next 2 characters. Okay, now, let's talk about the first darling diva. Her name, Cammy. At first, I was going to do the random name generator thing, which I did, but I just did not vibe with the name, so I chose my own names. Cammy, at first, was definitely my favorite to draw, but I think at the end, the third character, which I'll name later, kind of became my favorite. So when I got the setting and it said historical theater, my first thought was actors, but that just didn't feel right. It felt flat, like it felt like easy, like easy to do. And then I thought about the sickening Rihanna hair. I said, oh yeah, these girls are gonna be pop stars. That basically fueled the rest of the story for me. But me being the fantasy magical lover I said, oh no, these girls aren't just pop stars. They're supernatural pop stars. Cammy is a werewolf, but not like a Twilight werewolf. Even though I love the Twilight werewolves. They're like my favorite werewolves in like media, honestly. I mean like a Van Helsing werewolf. Just all huge and teethy and giant, sickening claws. I would have done a full digital drawing of her in wolf form, but a bitch got tired after all that content I made. But back to the pop star of it all, Cammy is definitely the lead of the group. She just exudes that it girl energy like effortlessly. If it was a cartoon, I think she would be voiced by Rihanna! I mean, why not? It's all make-believe. That's just how she sounds in my head. All bubbly and Caribbean. Anyway, but I feel like when she sings, there's a little bit more of Miley, and there's like, I don't know, not like 2007 Miley, but now Miley. And I feel like there's a little bit of Stevie Nicks, that witchy flair, I love it. Cammy loves a good emotional ballad. She will belt at the top of her lungs at any given moment. I feel like in the group, oh, did I mention they're all in like a very sickening up and coming girl group? Get into it. In the group, I feel like she is a good dancer and loves to dance, but character 3 is way better. Cammy is a young, bubbly girl who just started a girl group with 2 of her best friends. She loves sushi and going on dates. When she's not being a pop star, she is the 6th and youngest daughter of the most wealthy alpha in New York City. If you fucking with the Dawn Diva Cammy, say OV ho in the comment. Y'all, this is the diva. I know I said Cammy was the Dawn Diva, but that's just because she head honcho. Y'all, meet Caliban, aka Cali. Do not call him Caliban because he will pop off on you. It's Cali, the shadiest witch on the block. The diva is a witch. Cali being a witch just makes sense to me. She gives me Hex Girls vibe. And I always saw the Hex Girls as like succubus like witches, and that is totally his vibe. Very sexy, but classy. Keep it cute. He ain't no hoe. Cali is also very standoffish. He is not with the shits. And with his gender expression, people like to try him. But they better don't. Because he will turn your ass into a motherfucking donkey real quick. She don't scrap, but she got spells. Okay? Cali is the type of witch to use magic for everything. But not on purpose. It's just kind of how he was raised. His moms are from a mysterious, magical pocket dimension that in this universe, we don't really know much about. But if I could describe it, it would look like that planet in the movie Valerian, if y'all remember that movie. But there would be more creatures and plants. Do y'all remember when Rihanna did that sickening ass dance in that movie? That shit rent free in my head. Anyway, enough about his powers. Let's talk about his role in the girl group. Cali is a rapper, period. But I know his vocals would sound like Jessie Reyez, and I love Jessie Reyez. I feel like Cali is definitely the momager of the group. Y'all know that video of Shay Khaled getting the girls together backstage? Why y'all acting brand new? We gotta get out of here. That's Cali. Cali is a young, bad, and bougie bitch. He is an only child who grew up in the depths of Houston. He is a trill-ass nigga who ain't afraid to fuck some shit up. He down to clown and always ready to drive the boat. If you stand Cali, comment hocus pocus down below. Oompa loompa doompa doo. Let me stop clowning little shorty, even though she is the shortest in the group. Y'all, this is Greer, my sweet little fiery baby. She's a goon. She's a goblin. No, bitch. She's a motherfucking gargoyle. I know I'm saying she a lot, even though she is a he. Greer is technically male, but I feel like in theory her gender identity is a little bit more complicated than just male or female. She's very Bremen Rock in that way. Remember when Bremen was on the Proud Family? That shit was crazy. So yeah, Greer is a gargoyle. When I decided to do a supernatural thing, Cammy and Cali came to me very clearly and quickly as werewolf and witch. But Greer didn't really read supernatural or anything magical at first. But then I remembered I have a gargoyle OC already, and everything fell into place for Greer and his storyline. I'll talk more about that later. Greer is the youngest in the group, and Cammy and Cali treat her as such. I can totally see Cammy, or more likely Cali, cutting him off at the club. I'm totally seeing them snatching her drink once they think she had enough. Once the gargoyle gets loose, you cannot lock him back up. Greer is a total spitfire. She a real spicy gal, if you will. Very caliente. In the girl group, Greer is definitely the most poppiest pop girl of them all. I feel like the fans of the group would definitely nickname him Pop Princess. Greer is the full package with Britney Spears vocals and dance moves and Beyonce-like pen. Greer really is that girl. Honestly, Greer is a young pop princess who joined a girl group with her best friends and upperclassmen in college. Greer loves to dance and party. He is so sweet, and it takes a lot to piss him off. But if you do, he can rip your head clean off. If you love my girly Greer, comment Princess of Pop down below. I'm going to talk a little bit more about the girl group and how they met. All I got to say when it comes to how they met is baddies link with other baddies. They are Supernatural. I don't know where this name came from, but it hit me like that bus hit Regina George in Mean Girls. Supernatural is an extremely talented multi-genre girl group. Technically, they're not a girl group because there are 2 men in the group, but I don't care. To me, they just read girl group. Like the looks, the performances in my head, up here, that girl group down. Cammy and Cali met when they were like preteens. Cali would spend summers in New York and Cammy would often go down to Houston. Their mamas was real close. It was just easy for them to get close. And when they decided to go to college together, they just got even closer. They know each other front to back, and before starting Supernatural, they a secret society of magical creatures. It wasn't until junior year when they met Greer that they decided to take the group seriously. Cammy and Cali always sang together growing up, but when they met Greer and started singing together, everything kind of just clicked and fell into place. They started to perform at bars around their college. I'm thinking Harvard. Boston feels like a real good state for this to take place in. They originally performed covers of artists like Stevie Nicks, Rihanna, Destiny's Child, and Beyonce, Lauryn Hill, and many others. Then when they figured out their voice, they would use the school's equipment to create their own music. The music together is very pop heavy with a touch of Afro beats and rap. Greer is the real writer in the group. She does a real good job at naturally getting tidbits and stories out of Cammy and Cali. That both brings the 3 of them closer, but also makes the music more personal and authentic to all. If y'all think the girls eat, then let me know what song y'all think they would perform at a seedy ass bar near your college, or just any college in general. I feel like all of the gargoyles in the gargoyle realm, I feel like they all have G names. I feel like that would be super fun and camp. So a little bit more about my fruity boy Greer. Greer is a gargoyle who grew up in the gargoyle realm. When he was about 6 or 7, his parents engaged him to the gargoyle prince, Jesse, who is an OC of mine, who I might have only drawn once, okay, but whatever. Greer was very close to Jesse growing up. They hung out all the time. It didn't really dawn on Greer what marrying the prince of the gargoyle realm meant until him and Jesse were actually dating. Greer soon realized that he wasn't sure what he wanted his life to look like. So when he was 18, he begged his parents and the king to let him study abroad in the human realm. They agreed, but Jesse, feeling betrayed, begged him to stay. But when Greer said no, Jesse broke up with him. They try to keep in touch, but beneath it all, they've always been really close. It's been 3 years since they've seen each other. They still have love for each other. But honestly, I'm not sure how their story ends or what's next for them. In theory, if this concept was ever created, it would have to be an animated TV show. It would be a beautiful, abominable mix of some of my favorite shows, supernatural and non-supernatural. Shows like Teen Titans, Scooby-Doo, but more like the movie Scooby-Doo, like the campy ones from the early 2000s, Steven Universe, a little Monster High, and Winx Club's vibes with a dash of the originals. It should be a little gory, but not too much gore. I don't think I have a fully fleshed out story yet. I just know how they met and that the show would start with them on a cute little local tour. I know I wouldn't want the show to be gimmicky and annoying with like a different villain every episode, but I feel like in their world there's always something going on top of their like super serious supernatural problem. It could be like ex-boyfriend drama, or maybe Greer is taking a class and his tutor turns out to be like a gargoyle realm spy sent to bring him back home. I feel like that would be like a fun plot line, and like maybe they fall in love or maybe they don't. I don't know. I feel like the idea of a witch, a werewolf, and a gargoyle being pop stars and queer, dealing with college, adulthood, and the randomness of being supernatural beings is such a fun idea that you could do so much with. Anyway, enough of my mouth. So I'm just now realizing I didn't record enough voiceover for the entire video, but it's fine. We can just listen to the music and you won't have to hear my grating voice. I hope y'all enjoyed y'all time with me, and hopefully I inspired some of y'all to give this challenge a shot. I wasn't blocked creatively, but I feel like if you really get into this challenge, it really reignites the love for creating characters. Oh, and before I forget, I also created a playlist for the story like Emma did. You can find it on Spotify and Apple Music. I'll link it below. Alright y'all, I gotta re-dye my hair. My roots are coming back in. I enjoyed myself, and I hope y'all stay cute and delicious. If y'all feeling it, maybe subscribe and check out my other socials. I'll link them below. And why wouldn't you want to check them on me? I'm sickening. Goodbye, my licious.
1, 2, 3, 4.